our whole effort here is to make sure that at the end of the day we can stop this nomination. Now, Republicans have made it extremely hard. Why? Because they changed the rules of the Senate that instead of having a filibuster vote, which would require 60 votes of the Senate, they would only require 51 votes for a Supreme Court nominee. The consequence of that is they have 52 votes in the Senate as we speak, and so they did it purposely so that they could push through a Supreme Court nominee. Now, that was the biggest tool that we would have to stop a nominee. Having said that, there are a series of things, and strategy evolves as we move forward. We are going to continue to insist, as Senator Booker has, as a member of the Judiciary Committee, and I'll let him speak for himself, and others, to have all of the documents that have been in Brett Kavanaugh's history. The reality is he goes back to times in which he was counsel in Whitewater and other things. There is a deep wealth of knowledge, and there is precedent for this because the present Justice, Elena Kagan, when she was nominated by President Obama, had a deep wealth of information, and our Republican colleagues insisted on seeing it all. And I agree, we should see it all, because it speaks largely to who Brett Kavanaugh is. That will take an enormous amount of time. And so I just think that we will do everything we can, and in the interim, I think the ultimate victory here, and we have another moment in recent history to show how the American people can make a change in our country, is to drive the electorate to understand the consequences of a Kavanaugh nomination and a Kavanaugh confirmation to the Supreme Court. And if Americans speak out like they did when Republicans wanted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, and everybody thought it was a done deal, that's gone. Well, John McCain came on the floor of the Senate after listening to Arizonans and others and voted no to repeal. Everybody thought it was a done deal, and the Affordable Care Act lived another day. I think that that moment can ring true. Now we have colleagues in the Republican caucus who I think are concerned about the environment, certainly should be concerned about a woman's right to choose, certainly as our colleague from Nevada should be concerned about this judge's decision on immigration-related questions. So there's a fair number of colleagues who will have to rise to the occasion and think about the consequences of their votes.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Anybody else on topic? Why are we here?
Why are we here?
First of all, I wanted to pick the place in New Jersey. It reminds me most of Newark, where I live. You know, as the senator,
That's a joke.
That is a joke. Thank you. Thank you for.
A lot of people here were born in Newark.
I know a lot of good Newarkers know. We have beautiful vistas in Newark too. Thank you for saving me from saying that is a joke. No, look, New Jersey gets a tremendous amount of its revenue through tourism. One of the most important parts of our heritage, if you grew up in Jersey, is the shore, or the beach, or the ocean, and not only that, but very factually, it adds hundreds of millions of dollars to our economy. It creates thousands and thousands of jobs, and so being here in this incredible historic town with a mayor that has one of the best ties I have seen this summer, so appropriate for his town and his community, really makes the statement that this is what's at risk here. Incredible communities like this that generate income for our entire state, generate opportunity for our entire state, is our heritage. We have, it's true, had to beat back numerous times through our environmental coalitions, through this green team, have had to beat back numerous times attempts to despoil the vistas that you see right here. And this is a time where so much of the beauty and so much of the green in terms of clean water, clean air is under threat. So we picked this spot for that reason.
Let me just join Corey in saying, as I said at the beginning of my remarks, we're here for everything Corey said, plus the fact that we saw the consequences of climate change here in Brick. We saw it with the Manahawkin Bridge. We saw it with the struggling of families trying to get back in their homes and their businesses up again after Sandy. And we see continuously, as we are seeing a record heat period of time, these are all challenges of our environment, regardless of what you want to call it, all challenges of our environment. Preserving to future generations of New Jerseyans the birthright that I believe is the New Jersey shore, a critical part of our ecosystem, an incredible driver of our economy, the right for New Jersey families to be able to find a place of respite from the challenges of their life and the work that they go through every day. So much is at stake. So if you can come to a place that embodies all of that, and BRIC does, that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.